Okay, so today this video I am making for the concept file handling in Python. How we do the file handling. First of all, you need to understand that what is file handling. In general sense, suppose so far you have been reading, you have been taking the input from the keyboard through input command, and your program was working on the input that you were giving through keyboard. Input, enter a number, int input, enter a number, enter a sentence. So far you were taking the input through the keyboard and your program was performing. But file handling is what you have to take the input from the file. You have to read the file that already exists in your computer. You have to perform various operations: reading operation, writing operation, adding the data operation, deleting the data operation, modifying the operation. These operations we do in the file that exists in your computer. So you see how many operations we do in the file. These are the operations that we do with the file that exists in your computer: reading the content from the file, writing the content onto the file, locating the record, deleting the record, modifying the record, that we will be discussing one by one. First of all, this session is only for two purpose, or mainly for the purpose reading the content from the file. How you can read the content from the file that exists in your computer. Generally, here we are discussing only to read the text file that generally you make in the notepad. So suppose I have a file with me and I will share it with you. This is the file. Suppose the file, one file is there in your computer. In my computer it is lying. Some class 7 name of the file is class 7 and something is written. Some matter is written. That the matter can be anything. So some matter is written. So now this is a notepad file that you have to read through the Python program, and you have to print the output, the content of this file on a Python output screen, or you have to perform some operation on this data through the Python program. So first operation that you will do, how you read the content from the file. So for reading the content from the file, we have generally these functions. First of all, what you need to do? First of all, you need to open the file that you want to read. So first operation is you need to open the file in the memory through the Python code. And the code for opening the file is this. Open is a function. Inside this function, you will pass the path of the file, means the memory location, the path where your file exists, or the mode of the file. What is mode of the file? That I will discuss right now. Mode is generally means for what you are opening the file. You are opening the file for reading, or you are opening the file for writing. There are more mode that I will discuss soon. But right now, only two mode you need to know: that you want to open the file for reading mode, you want to open the file for writing mode. And this f is an object that will be indicating this file, that will be referring to this file throughout the program. So now so we will take this. First of all, we need to open the file. So let's move to this program. So this is how we'll open the file. So here I am writing the file that I am going to read is class7.txt. That is the file that I am going to read. Next is file mode. Since your purpose is only to read the content from the file, so you will open the file in R. If you want to open the file for reading purpose, you will write here R. If you want to open the file for writing purpose, you will write here W. So right now we are opening the file for reading purpose. That's why we are writing here R. So F. Now after opening the file, what you need to do? You need to read the content from the file. So for reading the content of the file, we have generally these functions. First function is read. second function is read lines, third function is read line. So that we will discuss one by one. And there is one more method of reading the content from the file. So first of all, we will discuss the method read. So what happens when you use the read function for reading the content from the file? So it's a very simple program. F.read. F, we want to read the content from which file? Class7.txt. And class7.txt has been opened by which object? F is by F. So F is referring this file. So, so F is an object of this file. So when I'm using f.read, so it means I am going to read the content of this file. So I will write here f.read. Now when the things are read, so it is, what is the nature of read function that you need to understand. So the nature of the read function is written in this presentation. It read at most n bytes if no n is specified. Then it reads the entire file. If no n is specified, that it reads the entire file. Means if inside this bracket we have not passed anything, then it reads the entire file. And what is the nature? Returns the read bytes in the form of string. Means when you have when you are reading the content of the file, you can store it in a variable. So when you will store it in a variable, this s, what is this s? What is the data type of this s? The data type of this s is, you can easily know the data type of this by using the type function. But according to our definition, the data type of the s must be str, because s is string. And then let's see what is the content inside the. So we'll run this file. I will just save it with temporary. I am saving it in desktop. Why I am saving the file in desktop? Because my class7.txt also exists in desktop. So that's why the location must be same. When the location will be same, then only the address, this we need directly, the name will be passed. If we are saving our file somewhere else, suppose let's save our Python files. Okay, right now I am saving the same location. Then I will tell you. Right now the name of the file is, suppose, okay, I am not changing the location, let it be. Suppose I am again saving it, and it is being saved somewhere else. So td, with the td name I am saving it. So when I am saving it, it is saying that no such file or directory exists. Why it is happening? Because uh, wait, you need to see what output is coming. It is saying, this output is coming, this is saying that no such file directory exists. Why? Because we have not properly parsed the path of the file. Class7.txt exists in desktop, so we need to take the complete. So I am taking it, just give me 1 minute. How I can take a complete path? As you know, you should know very well that how you can take the complete path of any file by right clicking and properties, and then we take the whole this and then this, and then we will write the address here. So this way we will write the address. One more thing we need to do, I will discuss later on, but these things, this is the I need to use the double slash. Why it is so, that the reason I will give later on. And here one more thing I need to write here, r. What is this r and what is this r, that don't get confused. Right now it is this only. So right this way we need to pass the complete path if we are not saving both the file, Python file and the file that you want to read in the same location. Okay, so don't make it very complicated. I do one thing, that right now I save both the file in the same location. So I am again going to save the file in desktop, so that you do not face it. Now when you will run the code, So I am now running this code and you will see the output. This is the output. str is in the data type of S, and this is the complete data that is written in the file that I have already shown you. Wait a minute, I'll show you the file also. So this is the file, and the content of this file is also written. That has been this is the file, the content of which has been read by the program. So I think this much you must have understood, that f is equal to open. Open is a function that will, first of all, for reading the content from the file, you need to open the file that you want to read, and you need to specify the mode, in which mode you want to read the you want the file, read mode or write mode. Then you will use the required function. If you want to read the whole file together, then f.read. If you want now, so this is the read function. You need to understand the nature of read function. If you are not passing anything inside this read function, read the entire content of the file and returns the result in the form of a string, and then you display it. And suppose you are writing here 5, so what will happen? Read will read only first 5 character. So first of all, you need to, when you are opening the file, you need to close the file also. You need to close the file also. Okay, so now what output will come? Only you will get the first 5 character. You can see the output. This is the 5 character that has been printed. This is the 5 character. Sorry, this is the 1, 2, 3 with space 4, 5. So this is the read function. Now you need to understand read function. It reads at most n bytes. If you are passing that much bytes, means that much character will be read. If no n is specified, then it reads the entire file. Now the read line function. Before I discuss read line function, I will discuss read line function. So read the content line by line. So if you are writing here read line, so what will happen? That read line reads one complete line and it displays it. Again, what is the data type of S? Read line returns the read line returns read line. First of all, you need to understand the difference between read and read line. Read function reads the entire file and transfer it to another variable, that is S. Read line function only read one line one time and the content is transferred to S. So at that time also S is a string. So you can see here the output. Okay, wait, some error is there. What is the error? I have not written, I think, here. Read line. It is read line. Okay, now I will run this code. You can see that this is the first line has been read. So you can see from the above, this was the first line, this was the second line, this was the third line, and so on. So only first line has been read. Now come back to the program. If again you write you are writing S is equal to the same line and you are printing it, then this will give you the output second line. So first line will be read and second line will be read. Okay, then so this is the read line function. Read line reads the whole file line by line. Okay, now comes here read lines function. What is read lines function? Read lines function, What it does, read lines, read all the lines and return them in a list. Suppose I show you through a marker. Suppose you have 4 lines of content written in the file. Okay. So what will read lines will read the whole file, but will return the content in the form of list. Means this first line being read will be transferred in 0 location. So this is the first line. This complete second line will be transferred to 1 location. This is second line. This third line will be transferred to third location. That means third line. And this whole line will be transferred in the fourth location. Means if you are writing 0, so 0 location, first line, 0 location will contain first line. 1 location will contain second line. 2 location will contain third line, and 4 location will contain the fourth line, and so on. That is the read lines function. Read lines read the whole file, but transfer the content in the form of list. So here S, what is the data type of S? List. If you will print it, it will give you something like this. This is your output. Here you can see the bracket has been opened because it is what? It is list. So this is the one content up now here of what is the slash n? This is your one line. Why? It also reads the slash n. What is slash n? I will discuss you later on. Actually, what happened that whenever, as you know that whenever we store any data, suppose this is a line. So after every line, one character is there, slash n character. After every line, one character is there, slash n means slash n is there. That's why the second line is starting from the new line. Slash n is there. That's why the third line is starting from new line. So whenever the read line function read, it also read that slash n character, that slash n character, that slash n character. If you say theoretically, the read line function also do the same. Whenever you use read line function, it reads one line along with slash n character. Okay, so that you need to remember it. So here, read line function reads the whole content in the form of list. That is the use of these 3 functions: read, read line, and read lines. It reads n line upon code. If n is specified, then it reads the most n bytes. Return the read bytes in the form of list. Sorry, read all the line and return them in a list. So read lines function read all the content of the file, but return them in the form of list. One more very beautiful method is there of reading the content from the file is loop, for loop, for I in F. You must have seen whenever we want to access the list, whenever we want to traverse the list, we write here for I in list. Whenever we have to traverse the tuple, we write here for I in tuple. Whenever we have to traverse the dictionary, we write here dictionary. The same way, if we have to traverse the file, we are writing here. Then what I is storing? For I in F means if, suppose, let's see the whiteboard again. I will rub it. I will rub everything from here. Okay, suppose your file is containing 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you are using for I in F. So I will be storing what? First of all, the I value will be this first line. So if you will print, if you will use the statement here, print I, so it will print you the first line. If you are, so this loop will run how many times? If 4 lines are there in a program, so this loop will run 4 times. So first time when it will run, it will store the first line. I will store the first line. Suppose it is written hello, how are you? So I will store hello, how are you? Second line is I am fine. So I will store I am fine printed. Third line is thank you. So third line I will contain thank you. So I will contain here. I will read, this loop will read the file content line by line, and then it will print it. So this is also one of the way of reading the content from the file. Simply print I. If you want to know what is the data type of I, undoubtedly it is str. So that is also a method of reading the content from the file. Generally, I prefer it. I find it the best method of reading the content from the file. If we want to read, if we want to perform the operation where we have been said that you have to perform the operation line by line. Now, and it will print. If you will run it, you will get the output. You need to trust me that you will surely get the output. So this is the output. All the content have been read in an line. Now the question is when to use what, when to use read, when to use read lines, and when to use read line. It completely depends upon the question that you are attempting. If the question is saying that you have to read the whole file and find out how many uppercase letter are there, how many lowercase letter are there, so undoubtedly you would like to read the whole file. If the question is saying you have to find out how many times a particular character has occurred in every line, if you have to find out how many lines are there, if you have to find out how many lines begin with I letter, such kind of question, in such kind of question, obviously you need to read the content from the file line by line. So it completely depends that which kind of, what is the question and which function you would like to use. So these are the three functions of reading the content from the file. So that for this session, this much is sufficient. In this session, what I discussed: how to open the file, how to read the content from the file, how to read the content from the file through these functions: read function, read line function, and read line function. Read function and read line function, both function return the data in the form of a string. The difference is read the whole file, and read line reads one line at a time. If you want read line function to read the content line by line, all the lines from the file, then you need to use the loop. That loop we will discuss later on. Read line function read again read lines. What is the difference between read line and read? They, as far as reading is concerned, the similarity is that both are same. This function also read the whole file at once, and read lines function also read the whole files at once. The difference is read returns the result in the form of a string, and read lines returns the result in the form of list. I also discussed the read mode, read only mode. Only I discussed. Rest of the mode I will discuss later on. That's all for today. This was all the basic operations, basic reading operation that you will perform on a particular